Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 213. So I would like to apologize in advance for this vlog being a little bit ranty because I am annoyed. I've been annoyed. I'm really annoyed though. And I have a feeling that this might come across a little bit, I don't know, but here it goes. So here's the deal. I have been noticing that there is an increase in the amount of people that are online, influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers, whoever, talking a lot about money and how much money they make and how much money their businesses make and how much money they whatever, and they're showcasing and all their cars and all the fancy stuff. And it makes me crazy. It makes me absolutely insane. And here is the reason why. There are actually multiple reasons why. It is not reality. What you see people posting, what you see people showing you that they're doing or that they're trying to convince you that they're doing, in my opinion, is complete bullshit. Now, I'm not saying they don't make a nice living. I'm not saying they don't make money. But when somebody comes online and they are making a point to let you know exactly how much they have, how successful they are, how they are killing it, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, you're a dummy because it's absolutely not true. Why are you lying? Why do you feel the need? Why are you compelled to talk about money? Most successful people that I have ever met, you would never know in a million years how successful they are, because successful people do not brag. They do not showcase. They are not posting pictures and talking about the fact that they made millions of dollars. Like, they're not doing that. It's just not the way that it is. In my mind, when I hear people doing that, there are a few reasons, a few motivations. Either one, they're trying to sell you something in order to make you think that you can do what they did, and that is a big business, and there are a lot of people online that are doing that. The other reason is that they just want to build themselves up to convince you that they are something, that they're somebody, that they are super freaking successful and you should envy them and whatever. And I honestly, it makes me want to vomit. It makes me so mad. It makes me so upset and mad when I see these people that are just showcasing and showboating and talking all about money online, because I really feel like the focus is on the wrong thing. Number one, I feel like the materialism, it's ridiculous. And in today's world, like we don't have enough pressure. Like, we don't have to see everybody being amazing and beautiful and chiseled and all like sorts of amazingness, like just everywhere. Like, we need to know now that we're not as rich as you. We need to know that you can afford a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, or you can have, 27 watches and I can't. It makes people feel bad about themselves. It makes people feel like they're deficient or like they're not amazing because they don't have X, Y, and Z, or they're not making all this money. And to be completely honest, the internet and making money online is not reality. This is not, I guess it's reality, right? There are people doing it. But when you really dial down and think about the fact that there is a very small percentage of people that are making a lot of money online, the majority of people have to bust their nuts every single day to make $1. Just to give you an example, when I was a personal trainer, I used to have to train 20 hours to make $1,000. Like, when a client would come in, sit down and be like, hi, I'd like to lose 100 pounds. I'd be like, great, I've got a plan for you. $1,000, 20 sessions, we'll do 3 a week, we'll do, right? Like, it was $1,000 for 20 sessions, $50 a session. Now, the reality is that $50 an hour is huge money. But when it comes to the internet and the way, if you figure out the mechanism to make $1, or if you build up an audience that people want to get in front of, it totally screws up your perception of $1, because the amount of money that is tossed around to these kids today is insane, and it's not reality. And I think that that's the thing that really upsets me. And from a business standpoint, it upsets me to think that you could have a very incredibly successful business. You're making $100,000 a year take home, $200,000, $300,000, and you're not able to afford the lifestyle that you're seeing these 20-year-old kids showcasing, or these dudes showcasing online. And it makes you feel like you're not doing something right, when the truth is that you are doing everything right. And these jackasses are just totally out of touch with reality. These people have no idea what it's like to actually have to work and actually have to bust their ass and not have thousands of dollars thrown at them by all these different brands, all these different companies, all these different people. And so this week it bugged me. And I just wanted to sort of talk a little bit about it and let you guys know that that is not reality. You are going to work. You're going to have to bust your ass. But the most successful people that I've ever met have not been the people that are showcasing it. They're the most unassuming people you would ever meet. You would never know how successful some of these really successful men are. And the reason is because they just get to work. They don't bullshit. It's not their job to teach you or tell you and show you how much success they are achieving. They just want to work. They just want to bust their ass. They're proving it to themselves. It's an internal thing. But for some reason, there are a lot of people that are seeking that gratification. They're seeking this external motivation, and so they feel the need to showcase and show you how amazing they are and how incredible they are so that they feel better about themselves. I think it's pathetic, and I think it's irresponsible. You know, we have a responsibility as a society to lift people up and not try and make people feel bad. Now, some people will say like, oh, it's motivation. It's motivation. When I see somebody being successful, it's motivating. And I understand that to a degree, but I guess I've just never been motivated that way. I've never been motivated by money. The reason why I wanted to be successful wasn't because I wanted to drive a fast car or buy a nice watch or have that wasn't the reason, or have money in the bank. The reason I wanted to be successful was because I wanted to feel validated. I wanted to feel like I accomplished something for me. I wanted to make a difference. And so my views and goals in terms of what makes me fulfilled and what makes me happy is different than somebody who just wants to buy a Lamborghini. And so I guess that's one of the reasons why I have such a hard time with it. And I'm sorry to get all bent out of shape and to come on here and rant and bitch about this, but it just bothers me. And it bothers me that some of you amazing individuals that are going to be starting businesses or that bust your ass 9 to 5, that work your nuts off, see these idiots posting all these pictures that are just doing it for whatever reason. They're doing it. And it just bothers me that you are going to think that you're not successful because you don't have the ability to do what they're doing. And I'm here to tell you they're not happy. They're posting these pictures to validate themselves or to get all this feedback from other people, when the truth is, when you're successful, it's about you. It's your personal journey. It's not about all the stuff. And if it is about the stuff, then I think you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Honestly, you should try and strive to make a difference for yourself and to find happiness for you, whatever that means. Happiness is one of those things that is really hard to find. I've been doing a lot of introspective thinking lately. And I watched a video by a dude that's on YouTube called Matt D'Avila. Anyway, and the video is titled, Watch This Before You Die. I really liked this video. It was very sort of thought-provoking for me. And it made me really kind of analyze sort of myself and think about my own life and what are the things that I'm not doing now that I really want to do, and those bucket list type of things. So I'll link to that video down below. I encourage each and every one of you to watch it, because if you are an entrepreneur, if you are thinking about doing something amazing and you're not, I think this video might put things in perspective a little bit for you. Death is one of those things, it's coming for all of us. And we have a very limited number of days on this earth, and you never know when your time is up, when your ticket is punched, that's it. But how you use your day and how you use your time and what you value and what you find important, you got to figure out a way to go out and get it. Because too often we prioritize, all these other things, all these other things that really don't matter as much as our dreams and our goals and our hopes and our passions. And I just think I'm not going to attempt to butcher this video and try and explain it. I just encourage you to watch it. But this got me thinking a bit about my own life and about what my own goals are and what am I not doing that I really want to do. And honestly, I've come to the conclusion that I'm where I want to be, and I'm very happy right now, and I'm very present. I think that's one of the things that I'm most fortunate and thankful for, is that lately, this past year, I've been very present in sort of my life and who I am and what I'm doing, and I love it. And if you fast forward 10 years from now, I hope to still feel the way that I do today. Incredibly fortunate that I get to do this for a living, that I get to get up every day and do what I want for the most part. Now, doing what you want doesn't mean that you have ultimate freedom. It doesn't mean you don't have responsibilities and deadlines and work. Like, here's the thing. Every day I get up, I feel like I got to go to work. But it's self-imposed. And that's the big difference. When you're doing something for yourself because you want to, because you've worked and busted your ass to get here, it's very different than when other people are telling you to do things, when other people are choosing the direction that you need to go. And I think that's the one goal that I had for myself from a very young age. It wasn't the Lamborghinis, it wasn't money, it was to do what I wanted to do and to feel fulfilled and like I was making a difference. And I do. And so I want to keep doing that. I don't necessarily love traveling. There's not anything I feel like I'm neglecting. I want to keep doing what I do because I love it so much. But you might not feel that way. You might not love what you're doing. You might have that dream, that goal, that ambition. You might have that business that you want to start, but you haven't done it. For whatever reason, obligations, life, family, I get it. It's out there, right? You got to do these things. But life is short, man. You only got one shot at this. You've got to figure out a way. If you've got a dream, if you've got an ambition, if you want to start that business, gentlemen, you've got to do it. You've got to figure out a way. If there was a genie that came down and was like, yo, Brian, one wish, what is it? I can make it happen, but you got to give up all this other stuff. What would it be? And that's the thing that you've got to go after with all reckless abandon. And now I'm actually not reckless. You've got to be smart about it. You've got to be disciplined. You're still going to have financial responsibilities. You're still going to have a family. You're still going to have obligations and deadlines. But you've got to figure out a way to prioritize things in a manner that ultimately you're moving one step closer each and every day to what you feel is that success piece of the puzzle. Success, it's all about figuring out and identifying what success looks like to you, to me. The beautiful thing is that it's different, right? What success looks like to me is different than what it looks like to you. It's different than what it looks like to your weird Uncle Barry or your mom, but it doesn't matter. This is about you. You got one shot at this, one life. We've got to be selfish. Too often we live for other people. And this is the thing that made me just go, what the fuck today? When I'm looking at social media and I see all these things, all this materialism, like maybe if that's what gets you excited, great. But the problem that you're going to find, if you put money, if you put stuff over personal satisfaction and growth, what you're going to find is that you are constantly chasing something. You're never going to be fulfilled. You're never going to be satisfied. It's like a drug. Momentarily, you're like, yes, I got my fix. I feel great. Look at my stuff. You can post it on social media. But guess what? After a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, it's like, all right, what's next? The novelty, the dopamine, the adrenaline, it goes away. But what doesn't go away is making a difference and doing what you love. Gentlemen, I just want you to know that if you figure out a way, and if you can figure out what makes you happy and then do everything in your power to go after it, it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter, because here's the thing, you're going to have all those people in your life that are telling you why you shouldn't, why you need to stay safe, because they're not comfortable. You've got to figure out what success means to you, and then you've got to go after it. Do not let other people's opinions interfere with you doing what you want, because here's the thing, what they do for themselves, let them do. What your weird Uncle Barry does, that's his deal. But this is about you. Now here's the other beautiful thing about success. It can change. What you think is success now, you might realize in a week, a month, 2 years from now, that that's not what success looks like anymore. If you would have told me 12 years ago that success for me would be talking to a video camera with hot lights on me in my office with a brick wall behind me, I would have punched you in the face, because back then, success didn't look like that. Success meant that I was going to have a chain of fitness centers. But I'm here to tell you that now, looking back, it's ridiculous. I wouldn't trade what I have right now, what I do right now, for the world. This is what success looks like to me. You are what success looks like to me. Now, this may change, right? I may reach a point where it's like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. This is what success looks like. I might want to teach blind kittens to read. You never know. It could happen. But that's the beautiful thing. This is a personal journey. And I just want your journey to not be derailed by these internet idiots making you think that you need stuff in order to be happy and fulfilled. If you got your bills paid, if you don't have to worry about money every day, gentlemen, congratulations. If you can find something that makes you happy and do it every single day, not that it's not going to be hard, not that it's not going to be work, you are successful. And screw everybody else. Mic drop. Check it. It was the lip balm. For the record, incredible. Anyway, I told you I was fired up, so here's the deal. Next week, we're headed to Chicago. One night only, gentlemen. We are going to the Christmas party, holiday party, and I'm going to be bringing the camera. We're going to see people, talk to them, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little vlog-style action. But down below, if you have a business question, please ask it. Start it with business question. Next week, we'll get, not next week, but the week after, we will definitely get to some of your business questions. I know I monopolized this one, but I had something I wanted to say and get it off my chest, and since I am the director here, I made it happen. There is one question, though. Speaking of unrealistic money on YouTube, there's one question that I thought kind of fits into this, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. Real quick. The money mentor, Chris Winter, says, Aaron, I run 2 YouTube channels totaling about 450,000 subscribers. Congratulations, brother. You rock. That's tough to do. I'm looking to make roughly $20,000 to $30,000 a month next year through AdSense, affiliates, sponsors, etc. I told you the money's crazy, gentlemen. Crazy. Anyway, for the record, just an aside. You know that article, that one guy, what was his name? Stephen, whatever, that had that article about, I make one, I read that article, and what he's claiming he's making on YouTube per month is complete bullshit, not reality. Just throwing it out there, he's lying, somebody's lying, he ain't making that much money. Just so you know, through AdSense, please. Anyway, it just doesn't work that way. I know for a fact. Where the hell was I? He's lying. Anyway, not my business. Anyway, wondering how you do your taxes and the best way to keep it. All right, not talking about Tiege Hanley, which I'm sure is separate, but your YouTube personal brand. Are you set up as an S-Corp and pay yourself a salary, dividends? Are you a sole trader? Don't know what that means. I also have nearly no expenses, which is difficult to deduct. Not many accountants know much about this business type. Hope you can help. Similar YouTube situation. So this is a great question, and this is a little bit more involved of a question. But why don't you do this, Mr. Money Mentor Chris Winter? Ask it next week, right? Copy, paste it. I'll get to it next time because this is a very important topic. And YouTube is one of those things, right? Because YouTubers, you know, they make a lot of money. Some of them do, not all of them. Like this $20,000, $30,000 a month, a lot of money. Our boy Stephen, hundreds of thousands a month. Yeah, right. Anyway, the problem is that, or the tax problem that you find yourself in is that you're making a lot of money. You're in this higher tax bracket, but making a video, doing content like this, you don't have the expenses. In normal businesses, you've got a lot of overhead. In order to make $100,000, you need to spend 50 or 60 in order to generate that $100,000. But in influencer, which I hate that word, YouTube, content creator land, it's very different. All you need is a video camera and an internet connection, and you can make a lot of money, $20,000, $30,000 a month, and you don't have the overhead. It's you, it's your time, and you can't deduct your time. And so taxes for YouTubers, it's definitely a challenge. And you know, good for you that you can make all that money, but bad for you in the sense that you don't have the overhead. And so, you know, I have positioned myself where certain businesses are set up different ways, and so I guess I should just talk about that a little bit more next time and sort of how I structure things and some of the things that I do write off, because you can. I'm going to stop. I'm going to talk about it in 2 vlogs from now. So On the Christmas party vlog, make sure to copy and paste this question, and the next vlog after that, I will get to your question, along with the other business questions. Guys, if you've got a question, start it with business question down below. And remember, at Tiege Hanley, 'tis the season to love you more than our double monkstrap shoes.